Joining us now is probably the leading voice on the planet for the anti-global warming movement, the man who originated the concept that this global warming is a hoax, United States Senator Jim Inhofe. Senator, again, it's just a coincidence that you were slated to join us here this morning.
Or is it? Yes.
As we are once again in the throes of wintry weather.
Well, Joe, we are here too. We're setting records up here. Well, we've set several just in the last 2 weeks in terms of how cold it is, the amount of snow. They're just not ready for it. They're shutting things down. It's kind of like it is in Tulsa. They close the schools when there's just a few inches of snow. So it's not just there. It was in Copenhagen. It's all over. And by the way, that was 7 years ago that we looked at this science, and the questions came up, and then scientists were coming to us saying that it was cooked. Then right when Copenhagen came up, they had Climategate, but just yesterday they had what they're now referring to as GlacierGate and AmazonGate, where they cooked the science on the fact they said that the Himalayas glaciers were going to disappear by 2035, and now they say that there was never any foundation for that. And several heads are rolling it. And then AmazonGate, the 40% of the Amazon rainforest was supposed to be endangered by global warming, and now we find, or they found, I wasn't in on it, that a lot of this came from the World Wildlife Federation, which had nothing to do with global warming. So the guy that started it all, Michael Mann, and you weren't even in Tulsa back when this started, I don't believe, Joe.
I'm pretty sure I was on this earth, though.
Yeah, well, anyway, Michael Mann was the one that had the hockey stick thing, and he is now, they changed it yesterday from an inquiry to an investigation by Penn State University on him, and he's kind of the founder of the whole global warming thing, so.
And they expect the results of that investigation this week, don't they?
Well, yeah, there's so many investigations. The one that you're talking about is at East Anglia. That's the big climate research unit that is the largest, or the most significant one in the country. That's over in England. That's supposed to be taking place. But this is something that's brand new. It just happened. They changed it, upgraded it from an inquiry to an investigation at Penn State. So things are happening there. But one other thing, I know you have a lot of listeners, and anyone who has as many as 15 employees, or anyone in the oil and gas business and all that, should be concerned, because now they said, well, that's what we couldn't do with legislation, we're going to do through the endangerment finding through regulation. Well, the reason I don't think that's going to happen is because all of the science was from the IPCC, that's the United Nations, and this is what's being debunked right now. And so I think the courts would throw it out, let's say probably around the latter part of March.
The irony is when we see these really cold weather, the cold weather, and I think of, the snowstorm we had a couple weeks ago, the blizzard we had on Christmas Eve, invariably we will get emails, phone calls, text messages from some of our listeners who say, see, this cold, this snow is in and of itself indicative of global warming.
They can't. They have to do that. They say, "Oh, well, it's not global warming; it's climate change." But they keep changing it around. And I just think an awful lot of people. I know that Barbara Boxer is in total withdrawal right now. We're going to have a hearing at 10 o'clock this morning on this. She's calling for another hearing on this, so we'll be able to announce all these things. And this might be on TV. Some of the people may want to be watching it there.
Well, we do enjoy your exchanges with Senator Boxer.
Well, we have a real healthy, better relationship than most people think. It's just we're opposites.
Yeah.
But we can joke around about it. Some people take these things too seriously.
Give us, Senator Inhofe, give us a snapshot, if you will, here, changing gears for just a moment, your analysis on the upcoming Senate races and the balance of power in the U.S. Congress.
Well, in the House, everyone tells me that the House is the Republicans take over control of the House. I really can't directly address that, but I sure can the Senate, because it was back prior to Massachusetts. We needed 11 seats, and we only had 10 possibilities. And then after Massachusetts, and people started resigning and people started running, it's now so that we need 10, but we have 14. I believe that the Republicans would take control of the United States Senate. What happened yesterday, you might remember a guy, Senator Dan Coates from Indiana, really an outstanding guy. He had to retire from the Senate so he'd make a little bit of money, get his kids in college and all that. Well, that's over. Last night, he is announcing today, and he'll win that seat. And, of course, you've got Pataki now. It looks like he's going to be running in New York. and then Colorado, Delaware, Illinois, New York, Arkansas, California, Connecticut, North Dakota, Nevada, and Pennsylvania. Those are the ones that I believe Republicans will win. So for the Republicans who are listening in, it's kind of good news.
Senator Inhofe, thank you, sir, so much. I'm glad you joined us this morning. And again, this National Weather Service Winter Weather Advisory brought to you by Senator Jim Inhofe, and global warming is a hoax. Senator, thank you, sir, so much.